Hello and welcome to another episode with the Toronto Dog Whisperer. In today's episode, two dogs yawn. Mosley misses his ball. Mackenzie catches hers. And during filming, my camera falls over. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about winter gear for walking your dog in the winter. And I know this doesn't sound like it's that important, but it is. The reason why it's really important to have the right winter gear is because your dogs need to walk just as much during the winter time as they do in the summer months. And it's important that they have a chance not just to walk outside, but to play off leash, to explore the world around them, to sniff different smells. And this is all about preventing behavioral problems. When dogs are cooped up inside and don't get the appropriate amount of exercise and walks that they need, they tend to exhibit behavioral problems. So anybody who's watched any of my videos understands the importance of walking your dog, not just taking them across the street or letting them into the backyard so they can relieve themselves and then go right back inside. They need to walk outdoors. They need to sniff different smells. They need to experience the world with you, meet other dogs, do all the things that make a dog happy and satisfied. And when you have the right gear, you can walk them as much as you normally would in the summertime. And that's going to be really beneficial for their mental health as well as their physical health. So in Toronto, it doesn't get too cold. You can see my dogs are playing off leash, how much they love the cold. They get really excited when the snow comes down. They love playing in the snow. And the thing about dogs is when they get hot, they have to stop whatever it is that they're doing. But in the winter time, they can exercise way more than they can in the summertime. So if you watch closely here, you can actually see my dogs panting. And when I filmed this video, this footage here, it was negative 21 degrees Celsius outside. And trust me, that's cold. Now, the weather does vary quite a lot in Toronto. It goes from negative 21 a couple weeks ago to plus 5 degrees Celsius today. And, you know, it was raining today and it was snowing a couple days ago. And you need to be prepared and have the flexibility in the gear that you have to handle any kind of inclement weather. So what's important to look for? Well, there's a lot of things, but what I chose is very specific to walking your dog. So the first thing that I considered is keeping you warm. The second, cutting the wind. Keeping you dry, something that's easy to take on and off quickly, something that's super comfortable, and last but not least, mobility, which is the one thing a lot of people don't consider when they're buying their winter gear. So what I chose and what I'm going to show you today is very specific to walking your dog. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the bottom half of my winter gear, and that all starts with the boots. Now these boots are very warm. They're very grippy in slippery conditions, and they have a lot of waterproofness to them. You can see they're not too tall, they're not too big, they're not too bulky. They're easy to put on and take off, and they're great for walking, and that's huge. Whatever footwear that you're going to go with, make sure you can walk long distances with them. And the second part to the bottom half is the winter pants, snowboarding pants, some people call them. These are just amazing, and they are the one piece of gear that most people don't get. And if there's one tip you take away from this video, is get these pants. not these specifically, but any kind of winter pants. Now you can see these have a sleeve that actually comes down and covers the top of your boot. That helps seal off your feet from getting snow and water into your boot. So actually it's quite important, that feature. Now the rule of thumb that I use is that you want to be comfortable walking outdoors for about 15 to 20 minutes, completely comfortable. Anything less is going to make you want to go inside, and that's never a good thing, because you want to spend the right amount of time walking your dog. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is the coat that I have. This is a nice light coat. It's not too heavy, it's not too bulky, and what's really good about it is it actually is great for layering. And these have a extension in the sleeves that actually come out, and you actually put the bottom of your coat inside your gloves. So when the cold air hits your hands, it's not gonna go down and hit any exposed skin. Obviously it is completely weatherproof in terms of it's waterproof, and it really cuts the wind. Now, cutting the wind is one of those things that's very underrated, but trust me, the wind is one of those things that gets you really cold. Now, one thing that's really important as well, on this particular jacket, it's really nice. You don't need this, but it actually has vents, so that if you get too hot, you can cool yourself down without taking any layers off. The gloves are okay. They do the trick, but really any gloves will do just as well. Now, when it comes to other non-clothing accessories that you need, chapstick. Anything that's going to make you more comfortable is really important, and chapped lips can be quite painful, and having some chapstick on hand is really important to walking your dogs for longer periods of time, and that's why I always keep it on me. So the gloves are not that important. You want to be able to grip the leash and stuff like that. Now, what you put underneath, you have a lot of different options, but I chose a hooded sweatshirt that has a zipper on it, and I'm going to show you why in just a minute. But it's important to have an option on top of the regular headgear that you have to make sure that you're nice and warm. Now, if it gets really cold out, I can even put the hood of my coat on top of that, and it looks a little ridiculous, but trust me, if your head gets cold, you're gonna be really cold, and you're gonna go right inside. Now, in terms of headgear, in Canada we call these toques, although in reality that's more like a beanie. It's not really a toque, but it keeps your head nice and warm, and again, it's weatherproof, so it covers all your ears and most of your head, and it does a really nice job of keeping you warm. Next thing you'll notice is this beautiful scarf that I was lucky enough, one of my friends knitted me. So big thanks to Mo for knitting me that for Christmas, and it just happens to be orange, which makes it better. Now, the cold air can get down your neck, and I do see a lot of people going outside without the appropriate gear on, and covering your neck is going to prevent that cold air from coming down and getting you nice and cold. So it's the similar premise to the gloves with the extended sleeve. You just don't want any part of you being vulnerable to the weather. So you can see this scarf is nice and long, it's super warm, and it goes on really easily. I personally think that it's nice and stylish, but we're going for function over form here. So how it looks is kind of secondary to it all, but oh yeah, you can get a nose run as well. So carrying a tissue is just as important as all the winter gear. Again, you want to be comfortable, and that is more than just being warm. So being comfortable is going to encourage you to be outside. Now, if it gets really sunny out, and trust me, it doesn't happen often, but when the sun does come out, it can really hurt your eyes. Snow blindness is an actual thing where the sun is reflected off the snow, and having a good pair of sunglasses will keep your eyes from getting that blast of sun. And trust me, too much sun can definitely give you a headache. So putting these on makes life much more comfortable on those sunny winter days. Once you have all your gear on, you can walk your dog for as long as you need to. And walking your dog is going to help keep them nice and happy. Now, my dogs aren't too excited at this point because I'm just standing around. So now you can see why it's really important to have many layers on. You can see the inside of the jacket has a reflective material that actually reflects the heat back. And this is why I chose the hooded sweatshirt with the zipper on it. Because you can put all your layers on in one go. And convenience is a really important thing. So I can go from a t-shirt to all my layers on in no time at all. And being able to throw on all your layers really quickly is actually an important factor. If you need to spend 20 minutes getting ready to take the dogs out, you're not going to want to take them out. But if you can get ready, hop out of bed, throw on whatever gear that you need and be comfortable and take your dogs out, it's going to really encourage you to take them out for a walk. And you can see all the layers go on super quick, and I'm super warm, super comfy in no time flat. The boots, they're not heavy or bulky, they're super comfortable. I can walk quickly for long distances. And you can see just how quickly all the gear comes off. Now, because I'm a bachelor, I can toss everything pretty much wherever I want to. But you get the idea. All the layers come on and off very quickly. And you can see those snow pants go over anything, whether you're wearing jeans or leggings or just your underwear. In my case, sometimes I wear long johns, but for the most part, I'll just wear my jeans underneath. But this was filmed during the morning, so I have my pajama pants on underneath. So you can go from fully clothed to ready to go outside in the winter in no time at all. And you can see how happy the dogs are. They absolutely love being outside, going for walks, and playing. Now, when it comes to actually walking your dog, this is what you want to avoid. The salt that's on the sidewalk is huge. You can see how big those chunks are. And now, besides having the right gear for the weather, extra time is what you need. Thanks for watching. Here's some bonus footage of Mosley getting his birthday present for his 11th birthday. Now, he loves these things. I had to order them from the States. It's called a Cuz. It's made out of natural rubber. It's got little pointy ears on it because it's the bad one. There's a good version that's all smooth. It's got these little feet. And here's some footage of him playing with his birthday present. Thanks everybody for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it and enjoy this extra footage. Till next time, if you love your dog, take them for a walk, no matter what the weather.